Hi everyone, it's Robin. I have a project to share with you today on behalf of the Wild Orchid Crafts YouTube design team, the Wild Bunch. So what I have to share with you today is this mini album that was a requested commissioned project. And the theme was like a retro 60s, 70s feel. And after doing a bunch of research on pattern papers and what would be a good option, I decided on the Sera Sera paper by Kane Company. It just had that whole, I don't know, just carefree retro feel, and the colors are just gorgeous. And the colors that were mentioned, that were requested for this project seem to go along with this as well. So it's got a girly girl feel, but I did my best to incorporate the 60s and 70s feel as well, to accommodate for that. So what I have here on the cover, well, let me just start off with the spine. I've used grunge paper and have inked and stamped and sprayed on that. And then I used let me flip it over to the back so you can see, I used an on the edge die to create this little swirl, or, I'm not sure what it's called. It looks like brackets all along here. And then the charms and things that I've used, I incorporated the pink satin ribbon to go with the girly girl that was mentioned, that this project is for a sister. And she's a 60s, 70s girl, and she sounds lovely. So I tried to incorporate the girly girl as well as the 60s, 70s feel with this glittered, blinged out ribbon here. It's really pretty. And then I also think of organic when I think of the 60s and 70s. Of course, I was born in 72, so I missed a lot of the trendy things about that. But just what I've seen, I always think of organic and bling and just like the swirls here on the paper, patterns. But so that's what I used as far as ribbons and lace and things. And then the charms, I have it all on a Tim Holtz swivel clasp. And I found this new Articake charm, and this is available at Michael's. It's their new line, and I saw that and I thought that sounds like would be perfect for this album, so I picked that up. And then this also came from one of the Articake charms, and it's a little jewel ball. It's really glittery, and it just, to me, it looks like a disco ball. So I thought that would fit well with the album. And then I just added this silver heart charm, and then also this looks like a piece of a chandelier. I'm not sure if it's picking it up because it's, there, you can see it there. So that is what I have done as far as the charms and things. And added the silver corner filigree metal corner from Wild Orchid Crafts, and I just was tying in again the silver that I've used here. And when I think of the 60s and 70s, I always think of owls, because that's my mom had our kitchen when I was younger. It was owls, and so they were just really on trend back then, as they are now. But so I incorporated that there with all the bling on it. And these are just some 40mm roses, 35mm trellis roses, some of the 25mm tea roses, cherry blossoms, and the sweetheart blossoms that I've just tucked in throughout here. This really pretty blue acrylic daisy, I guess is what it is. I adhered on here with some E6000 because I didn't want it to go anywhere, obviously. And what it did is so neat. It gave it, like, the back of it is silver. It gave it like a crackle finish, almost like crumpled up aluminum foil. So I really love how that turned out like that. I couldn't have done it had I tried, but I just think that's really pretty. And then I got a pack of the blue and a pack of the green. And what I did with the green, I cut each of the petals to create like leaves, and I just tucked them in throughout here, along with these Wild Orchid Crafts leaves as well. So that's pretty much the cover. I did add a couple of different layers. There's the pink pattern paper from the Sera Sera, and then I added a layer of lace and just tore and rolled that here and here, just to create more of a, texture and dimension to the cover. And so that's that. And then on the inside, let me find something to cover this. Sorry, it's going to be a distraction, but there was a poem that I needed to add. And so I just added that to the inside front cover here. And had some summer blooms, some daisy trim, added some thickers here that say Sisters, and I just inked that up and added lots of different rhinestones and bling around it. And then behind it, I just die cut a tag, and this is with the whitewash coordinations and cardstock, and I just inked up around there. And then moving on over here, I love this. This was in the request for the album for these flaps, and what she chose, I just think I love it. Let me go ahead and read it to you. It's yesterday's dreams, tomorrow's hopes. Oops, this is stuck. Forever sisters. I love that so much. And so what I decided to do was alternate between the crackle accents on each of the titles with the rock candy stickles. So it's every other one, and I'll point that out when we go through the album. But so this gorgeous pattern paper creates a nice photo mat here, and then I added another one of the acrylic daisies with the blue, and then added a piece of bling inside. And again, this is the pocket style album I've been doing so often. I just love to incorporate that. Photo mat here, and then journaling. I did some stamping and punching out. This is a Martha Stewart punch. And then I left this loose. So I just cut this out, but stamped it, and then cut it out, and adhered it here and here. And then I stamped that journaling spot, and then fussy cut that. So I just added some summer blooms. There are a lot of summer blooms in this album. I just think that they add a nice pop of color and don't add too much dimension. So, and they don't take away from the photo mat. They just kind of accent where the photos would be, you know, surrounded by the photos. So again, summer blooms, and then I cut some of that daisy trim. And here is the second flap, dreams. And let me see. I'll just pull this out and see if you can get a look of that rock candy stickles. It almost looks like glitter. It's just such a subtle, pretty look. Accented the summer blooms to pull out some of the colors from the pattern paper. Photo mat, Technique Tuesday stamp, and Close to My Heart stamp. And on this film canister, these butterflies are kind of escaping out of it, which I love that. I just added some really tiny self-adhesive rhinestones just to the center of each of the butterflies. So really pretty paper. And then this just creates a pocket here with this flourish. I looked through every single one of my Cricut books, my cartridge books, which is about 50 of them. My daughter helped me. I just told her, look for anything that may work with like a 60s, 70s theme. And so we came up with some flourishes, and I did a bunch of die cuts that I'm sending along with the album when I mail it, in case she wants to use it. I just didn't incorporate them in the album, but I did cut them for the album, so I wanted to give those to her. And so here's this page, layered some summer blooms, just pulling colors from the pattern paper. Super pretty papers. And this one's the Tomorrows with the crackle accents. I love aqua and salmon together. I think those are two of my favorite color combos right now. And here is the photo mat area for that. And then this little, I think it's a Fisker's stamp. I stamped it in this new Summer Starfruit ink by Stampin' Up! And then I decided I wanted to do some paper piecing. So onto the pattern paper, I just stamped the body of the little ladybug. I guess it's a ladybug, I'm not sure. To me, you know, that's what it looks like. And then I colored it with the wings just to make those distinguish between that and the body with some Martha Stewart glitter glue. And then I also colored the little heart and the head with this Jelly Roll Clear Star glitter pen. And so just to kind of explain some of the products that I've used, so answering questions in advance, hopefully. But you're always, you know, you're always welcome to ask questions. I'm always happy to help. Okay, and then I was to incorporate a page that could have some special photos of a birthday gift, and so I just created a photo mat on this tag and then journaling on the back. I used some rhinestones throughout, and then created this pocket with a die cut from my Cricut, and then this little tag card. It says diamonds are a girl's best friend, and I just cut that out. I did that on my computer and then cut that out and popped it up with dimensionals. And it just has space for a photo, journaling, and then another photo on the back. And then it just is held closed with the little flower here. So, and then that just tucks back in under here in this little pocket. and this one goes behind it. This page, entitled Hopes, has the rock candy stickles, and again that pretty color combo with the salmon and aqua color. And here's what this photo mat looks like. Just did a bunch of stamping and then journaling spot, and of course there's nice photo mat on the back as well. And let me tuck this back in here. I also added underneath all the flaps some more of the summer blooms, just alternated where they were. And these sisters sound like they're very, very close, so I wanted to include a cutout of the word friends. And so I just did that again with the whitewash collection by Coordinations. Then I inked it up with some of the Primrose Petals ink and cut out some of the trim to add a daisy to the eye of friends. And some, you know, pretty flowers at the corner. And this flap says forever with the crackle accents, the flowers, and here is the insert photo mat for that. And then Treasured Friends is a close to my heart stamp, and I did some stamping on the summer blooms as well. And let me tuck this back in here. Okay, and then I just created this little flower using some jute rope, jute string, and then added a summer bloom and a rhinestone to that, and then a rhinestone here. So each of these has a really nice photo mat on this side and this side as well. And then this I just used more of that daisy trim, and then a summer bloom in the color of the pattern paper here. This Sisters is the last flap, and I used the rock candy stickles there, some summer blooms, and lots of rhinestones too. So there's a lot of flowers and bling on this. So family, together we have it all. That's I believe that's close to my heart. And photo mat, journaling spot here, and again just some stamping and flowers. So, and then onto the last page, just a photo mat, and then some of the blooms to pull out the colors from the pattern paper. And here is the back cover. I just cut out a top note shape, and that's a Stampin' Up! Die. Added some summer blooms along the side, this little swirl, and another flower here. Library pocket with a pull-out little tag for journaling. It says you ought to be in pictures at the bottom, and then a picture could go on the back as well. And then I also inserted one here at the top with a cutout from the whitewash Coordinations paper. So that's what that looks like. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing this album, and by now she has already received this, so I hope she's really pleased with it. I had a lot of fun working on it, so I hope you've enjoyed seeing it. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, let me know.